successful people in life. And what Shadow, there are some key principles here on the Bobra. Now, oh yes, sir.
Back in the days, you could do anything, but Yeah, look, robbing a church would have been the last of the least that you could do, right? You couldn't have done that. You wouldn't have robbed a church. But these days it has become prevalent that, or it's actually a prevalent crime that churches have become targets. However, it's not just the fact that churches have become an easy target for these people, but also I'm looking at the implications of churches being robbed. I'll give one example, for instance. If churches, if let's say if the trend continue to grow, right? Do you think generally we will wanna go to church? It's a bit difficult to go to church, right? Knowing exactly that the possibility of you getting robbed inside the church are that high. That's number one. So it's going to scare people in terms of going to church. But also, it's not just about it's not just about people getting robbed at church. I've heard this people say that this rob are saying, uh, because this is really a person. Look, these people are in SA. You can tell, and by the look the level of Zuluness in or the person that was saying, you guys don't know what you are praying for, all the stuff. You can tell that this type of Zulu is strictly from KZN. You know what I'm saying? It's not the Joburg Zulu or any other Zulu. It's strictly from KZN. You know, so you can tell that, okay, this is South Africa. This is within South Africa. Let's say, for instance, these people are not true. Let's say they are not true Christian, right? True Christians, or they are whatever they're doing, it's fake, right? Let's say that. But then, who gives you the right to go rob them? You know, because at the end of it all, you are still committing crime, irrespective whether or not they are irrespective of whether or not they are they are praying to the true God or not. Guys, let me give an example. Let's say you robbed a satanic church, for instance. In heaven, you will still be charged. You will still be found guilty, because in heaven, it does not matter whether or not you are doing wrong to people who are wrong. In heaven, what counts is do not do something that is wrong. That's it. Whether you're doing wrong to good people or doing wrong to wrong people, it does not. You can't kill a hitman and say, for instance, let's say, I'll give an example. This hitman is just passing by, and then you say, this is what I know is a hitman, I'm going to kill that person. In heaven, that's a sin. You will be punished for that. You know, because God has not given you the right to just go around and kill people just because they are evil. You know what I'm saying? Not unless it is in a form of self-defense, then yeah, we can have a discussion there. Other than that, there's no discussion. So I'm just saying this to. I'll give an example. As a Christian, I'll say this boldly as a Christian, and I've never participated in this thing that I'm about to tell you now. Let's say, for instance, this person is homosexual, for instance. He's gay. I have no biblical right to go and end their lives. There's no biblical right. I'm a Christian, but you know what I'm saying. Look, I'm a Christian, and as a Christian, you know that from a biblical perspective, the values there on they disagree with homosexual. It's a fact. It's there. You know what I'm saying. But as much as a Christian beliefs will disagree with that, I don't have a right to just go there and say, hey, what's up? You are there. I'm gonna kill you. No, I don't have that right. So that's some of the things that I saw in that video when this guy was saying, "Hi, you are Salah, you are praying to the wrong God." I'm like, duh, you're praying to the wrong God, but where does it praying to the wrong God and robbing them? The two. Where does it look, guys? Come on. And the other thing, look that I'm seeing, which is most likely to occur if cases like that, look, continue to spiral. You know what I'm saying? Out of control. we are most likely to see a case of people, pastors having bodyguards. And then I know, okay, the prophets, you know, so that I'm saying they're gonna be asked, good, okay, when you should be seeing them coming most, because you are always telling us about our future and all this stuff. We have seen some of the prophets be like having bodyguards, you know what I'm saying? So the argument will be that you need to see these people coming, like in your vision. You need to see that today there's gonna be criminals that are going to rob us at church. So to get a point, that's gonna be an argument that people will pose out there. The other thing that is most likely to happen as well is this one. Think about it now. When we as a church, we have to have bodyguards, or we have to have security, you know. But I want you to think of it this way, right? Would it ever be a better idea to have security at church? Would it ever be a better idea, Vel? I don't think so. You know why I'm saying that? I read somewhere when they were rebuilding the temple, in the Old Testament, they were led by Abu Nehemiah. Yes, you will find the story in the book of Nehemiah. So back in the days, you will remember they were using spears. So it is written that on the other hand, they had a spear. On the other hand, they were busy with, you know what I'm saying? They were busy with the construction. They were ready for war. If you approach them there, they'll kill you. You know what I'm saying? So were they less of a Christian? If you read the story, it's not a story that is written in a negative way to say they were wrong to have the spears, right? And then you go to issues of kings like David. In as much as they were kings and they were in good and regular standing with God, but they still had, they had security. You know, take for instance, David had three generals, if I'm not mistaken. It was Abishai. I forgot the other two guys. Abishai, I forgot the other two guys. The other one slept in the snow, woke up and killed a lion. You know what I'm saying? The other one killed 1,000 men. 1,000 of men. One. You know what I'm saying? One man killed 1,000 other men. One man. He had a very strong generals, people that will literally defeat you. So if you're looking at what you've been reading from the Bible and you are coming forward, then you start to think like, wait a minute, should we undermine safety just because we are led by faith? Personally, I look at things from this way, ne? In my house, I've got burglars, I've got this and this. So if I make sure that I secure my property, for instance, I will give an example, there's walls and other stuff. So if you make sure in your own house that there is safety measures are there, why wouldn't you apply that to a church? I'm just making an example. You know what I'm saying? Don't bite me. Don't bite me. I know some of you guys will eat me because of your faith, but I'm asking, Guti, if you do it in your house, why is it not possible to do it at church? You know, we have a security company that guard us. We go to church knowing that there's a security company there. I'm asking, guys. I'm asking. Your car has mobilizer, has all these safety fixtures. You like them. Your phone has security password. Is also insured in case it gets stolen. It must be replaced. So if you have a house that is secured, you have burglars all over. You've got cameras, you've got walls around it and all the stuff. And then you've got gadgets that have security, that are the passwords as well. They are also secured. And then you have your laptops and all the stuff insured in case it gets stolen. Then you look at things, look at this measures that you put in place to make sure that everything of yours is safe. Your car is insured in case it gets stolen. It has got all the security fixtures are up to date, just because you want to make sure that the car is look, look, you gotta make sure that thieves won't have it easy to steal your car. So if you take, or if you are able to take all these necessary precautionary measures in order to secure your property, your car, whatever, why is it a big deal to do the same when it comes to a church? I'm trying to figure out that why is it a big deal when it comes to a church? Why can't we secure the church the same way we secure our houses, our properties, and don and everything? I'm asking, guys. This is just a general ask. Personally, me, in fact, let me even make it worse. Some people like me, I'll give it a testimony on this one. I mean, let me implicate myself on this one. With me, guys, there are places that I'm now lazy to go to. I'll give an example. There's a place that I used to stay in back in the days. It's Zonke Zizwe. I don't like staying at Zonke Zizwe for one reason. I even now I do go to Zonke Zizwe. I've got friends there. I visit, but I don't like to stay there. You know what I'm saying? You know why? Because it does not matter the minute or the hour of the day. Any given time as Zonke Zizwe, you'll hear a gunshot. And not far from you. Like, I'm telling you, any time of a day, any hour of a day, you can hear a gunshot. Not far from you. That's Zonke Zizwe for you. Right now, they've ruthlessly made at the guy that they were just robbing money. And I got told by my friends, they were like, hey man, there was this guy that was tough and he was robbed brutally. At some point, I had a call from my friend, one of my church colleague. He called me from that Zonke Zizwe church, and then he called me and said, hey, Bongs, hey, I need your favor, man. We need to transport my father to the hospital. So I had to I had to go take my car, and then we drove him to the hospital. Guess what? He was bleeding all over. You know what I'm saying? That's how dangerous the Zonkis is, right? But we took, like, I'm talking about areas. So if I make a decision that I'm not going to live in this environment because it's that dangerous, you know what I'm saying? So why will I look if I do that and I move into a safer because I mean it's let's just say safer with inverted commas. If I move into a safer environment, there's no safer environment. People in Sainton get robbed, people in Rosebank get robbed, but it's just that in other areas it's more prevalent than other areas as well. So yeah, so if I move into an area where such a crime is less prevalent, so I'm doing it for my safety reasons, right? And if I think like that, why wouldn't I be allowed to take such a thinking and channel it into a church and say, the church must be as safe as I am? This is just a question. You know what I'm saying? If we know, for instance, that because Zonke Zizwe is an area where to have a gun is just as simple as buying quota. You know what I'm saying? How do you know how much is a quota in a gas? It's probably you spend 15 rand. To own a gun is as simple as that because almost most people have got guns, illegal guns. You know, it's Zonke Zizwe. So if you have a church in such an environment, why is it difficult to secure that place? I'm making an example because you know that the church is surrounded by people who probably the local one, two, the third house probably they have more than two guns. One, two, three. The third house again probably they have one a firearm, an illegal firearm. To get the concept they're on, you know that's how dangerous Zonke Zizwe is. Just that when you have lived in Zonke Zizwe for a very long time, you tend to relax because you are now used to it. I'll give an example. I'll give a history of Zonke Zizwe. Zonke Zizwe is an area that is my comrade, right? They used to hide their weapons there. That's why it is populated with firearms because they used to hide. Look, history says that's where they used to store their firearms, right? So even today, so I'm saying that you have a church in that place does it not make sense to does it not make sense to make look to put security measures in place? If need be, security guards must be there when we are at church. Let's have that conversation now. I think it's about time we speak about that, right? Let's engage in such discussions in a fair way, because a lot of people as well wouldn't want to engage in such discussions because they feel like you don't have faith enough, but in their house they apply this same faith by bringing bucklers and all the stuff, but when we go to church we must just have faith. Look at these people now. In that case, I've been kidnapped. I was kidnapped and I was hijacked, right? I was hijacked at around about quarter past 6 p.m. and kidnapped until 10 p.m. You understand? So I understand when you are in that situation, you don't know what to expect, because these people, you can see they are not hiding their faces, so they might just decide to finish you because you probably will see them tomorrow and report them. Do you get a point? So you don't know what to expect when you are in that situation. The chances of you just getting deleted by these people are very high. So with that being said, I'm saying to you guys, does it not make sense then to have security measures in our churches? Does not make sense. I don't know. Oh, we're going to start what we call it online church. It's not working, guys. Human interactions is just something else. I find it to be a little bit weird, right? I find it to be weird. I hear the pastor is preaching. I'm looking at the pastor in the screen. Whatever people are singing, I'm looking at them in the screen. Guys, I don't feel it, man. I can't feel it. I need to be there. Not because I will be jumping in and out, but no, I need to be there and interact with people. So yeah, that's just me when it comes to this issue of you know being a church, and now suddenly must be scared of being at church. I don't know. What's your take? Get into the comment section below. Tell me what you think about all of this. I'll see you on the next video. But until then, please take care.